Let's just go ahead and get started. So, okay, so let's recap how we got here, why we're in this city, so on and so forth. So, um, approximately 2 days ago, a a wizard and her companion, a small halfling, were happened to be in a town some hours north of here by sail up the river that was standing at the base at the foot of a large volcano. Uh, Unbeknownst to them at the time that it was a volcano, everyone in the town knew it as simply a mountain, and there would be rumors of occasional rumblings in the earth that were attributed to some sort of sleeping monster or sleeping god. And they were passing time at an inn in the evening as they were traveling with a troupe of actors, and that was how they were earning their coin at the time. Suddenly, the volcano erupts, starts spewing ash, fire, lava, the whole 9 yards down onto the town, causing essentially everyone in the town to flee to the river, to the boats, to safety. Um, it was total pandemonium, chaos. On the way out of town, the wizard and the halfling, who is what is he? A rogue? Jen?
I'm sorry, say again?
What is the halfling? What is he?
He's a rogue?
He is a rogue. Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry, that's why I was confused. I thought that you asked that.
Yeah,
Answered the
no, no, no.
question.
It's
Sorry.
anyway. So they're trying to flee town. They hear calls for help in a building nearby. They actually stop in and rescue a young woman who appears to be some sort of magic user. After they rescued her, they found they were a little bit trapped inside the house due to all the rumbling and the crumbling things around them. So they were actually helped at that time by a uh, ranger who had stopped, as well as two other men who, one of whom was very tall, was able to pick up at that time, as part of the rescue, Arista, the wizard, herself became incapacitated. So there were two young women on the floor, completely out, too heavy for the halfling to move. So, at any rate, the two men stopped, helped, uh, carried them down to a boat where there was, again, complete chaos. There were several boats that had already launched, some of them even half full. And there were two large boats that were being boarded. One of the boats was being essentially overrun by the panicked villagers. The other boat seemed a bit more orderly. There was clearly a captain who was well in charge, and he was keeping his men to let the fleeing villagers on, preferring the women and the children first, that sort of thing. Um, and he initially was going to refuse the boarding, and apparently one of the two men, whom we will, for the moment, consider as NPCs. Anyway, one of them seemed to know the captain, said something, and they were able to board. The ship then sailed down river for about 8 hours and arrived in the city of Holmgren. And shortly before docking to let folks off, the captain basically said, "You've got to get off. I'm not a charity. So I've taken you as far as I'm going to take you, and you need to leave." Again, the two men, the tall man and the other man, who I haven't yet described, is also looks. He's dressed a bit like a ranger. Both men were very heavily covered in soot, by the way. So they were definitely appeared to have taken a lot of the ash and perhaps other things from the volcano, including some burn marks on their clothes. I don't think anyone would have noticed, but if you had spent just a few moments looking at them, you could probably tell they seemed a bit more worse for wear than a lot of the other people. The other people were just fleeing the pending doom. These guys look like they actually swam through. I don't know, a lot of hot air and ash and whatnot to get to safety. Anyway, they, as soon as people deployed from the boat onto land, the two men appeared to have a discussion with the captain, and then they themselves departed the boat. The boat looks like it's sticking around to perhaps resupply, and at this point, the wizard and the ranger, that is Kelethor and Arista, have heard that the boat will be heading back north sometime later in the evening. So at this point, let's pick up the story with in a part of town that's known to be habited by sort of the tradesmen. It's not a. It's a sort of a rundown area of town. It's where the working class live, and there are various shops in the area, perhaps where people could or folks could pick up some work. And let us start with. Well, before we go to a map, let's just go ahead and set the setting a little more. It's going to take me a minute to get used to your names. So we got Thrak and Thorin. I'm sorry, what is it? Eldril. Oh, did we change our name? I'm sorry, I missed that. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay, so we've switched. Okay. I will update that shortly. Okay, so Eldril.
Real quick, I don't have any hit points. No HP.
Oh, okay, yes. Maybe you should pause for a moment, make sure everyone has their full character. I may have skipped a few things just to double check. So, that was that Joe?
Yes.
Okay. Joe, let's talk about your hit points. What did we end up with? You are Theron.
Correct.
Okay, am I saying that correctly?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So Theron the Half Elf Rogue. I believe rogues are they 4s or 6s? D6s. Okay. So for a rogue, your hit dice are a D6. 1d6. And for the fighter, I'm pretty sure that's a D10. That's a D10. And you would add your con bonus if you have a bonus, which Theron does not. I'm sorry?
I don't. What about armor?
So armor, let's look at your inventory very quick. You've got the leather armor. Let's see if it automatically calculated your armor class. You've got the +2 bonus for the dex. It's not giving you anything for the armor itself. Let's make sure it's...
In the combat tab, just add your armor bonus into that field.
Yeah.
There you go. Very good. Oh, okay. You've got 2 daggers, 2 knives, and a scimitar. As a rogue, you're not wearing a shield, so we don't have to worry about that. No size modifiers. Okay.
I am so sorry, Mark. This is a lot of spells to read through.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not yet picked any. But I will continue to work on this while we play, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine. Had you picked some from before?
I had. These are all completely different.
Okay.
I don't know that they would really...
Well, you should have the ones in the player's handbook, and then if you've got the player's guide...
he wants to use a different magic system.
Right. Yeah, so the house rule here for magic is that magic is going to be quite a bit unorthodox from the standard D&D there are spell lists. They are level lists. We're using a mana pool for the wizard, any other casters, and they are able to pick from a variety of spell schools or categories, if you will, and they are able to increase the spell's effect at some risk. So if there is if she tries to cast a spell and cast it as if she were second or third level, there would be a percentage that would succeed, which will diminish obviously the higher she tries to overcast. And failure will also increase with that risk. So if she's trying to cast it as a 5th level spell, she's a horribly low chance of succeeding. And if she misses, that would incur quite a catastrophe, which would probably affect the group as well at that point.
Is 5 HP? Oh, HP. Is there a way I could reroll that?
No, that it is what it is. That's why caution, not running into every battle might be something to consider. The system we're playing does tend towards that older school style. So yeah, you're not maxed out on HP right from the get-go. I wouldn't expect that you're going to find a lot of magic items. The magic item economy here is fairly low. So that's why you should cherish every one you come across. So yeah, this is going to be more of a thinking kind of thing rather than just going and waiting in a battle with max hit points and tons of booms.
I also assumed, Mark, that I was going to need a spell book.
You would start with one.
Yeah, so, and since there is no spell book, the equipment options, I just took 10 times 10 sheets of paper.
Okay. Wait, 100 sheets of paper? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Okay.
Just to make a book.
Sure. So if every spell takes a couple of pages.
Yeah. Well, there's 96 spells in the book. So, yeah, I'm going to have extra pages if I only use one page each. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
If you look for book on the list, there's a book in the adventurer's backpack.
I did not find it.
I just typed book in the search and I found it.
Yeah, and I did as well, and came up with nothing.
All right.
Do you have adventurer's backpack loaded?
I did, yes.
Okay.
All right. We'll get you sorted out, Jen. Yeah, I see book.
Then
Oh, but it's listed per page. That's interesting. Okay.
What is that?
It's listed per page, it says. I don't know what that means. That means
I feel like I've got something wrong going on here.
that's right. Let's worry about intent, and then maybe after the session we can go in and make sure everything's legit.
Okay.
So there, I just added a book to your inventory.
Okay.
All good. Anybody else not have complete hit points, armor class, all their stats?
Yeah, I'm back.
Should be good, yeah.
I had a power trip.
Oh, uh-oh. Okay. Were you able to catch the introduction there about why we're in this city?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where I left off was I have hit points now, but I don't have armor class and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. You asked about our hit points. Let's take care of your armor class real quick. There.
Combat.
Yep. And for armor bonus, oh, that's right. We had left off here. So leather is going to give you +3, I believe, maybe.
Depends which one.
I'll take the +3.
Well,
If you wear, what is it, laminier leather, it's a +3.
oh, okay, right, yeah.
I had that one. Inventory, I think it's just regular leather. So it's 2. Right?
Yep, so it's 2. It's already giving you a bonus for your dex. Yep, and that's it for now. Oh, wait, you have 2 leather armors. You have Queef and... Although queef is a helmet, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right. That's fine.
What does that give me?
Only protects you from headshots.
Right. It'd be +1 for attacks to the head.
Okay.
And let's see, you've got your ranged bonus because of your dex modifier. I believe bonus to your base, your to hit bonus, which is based on your class and your level. It's going to be already automatically calculated when you roll attacks.
Yeah, I got a big old 0.
As a ranger?
The bonus to hit is a 0 for level 1.
Oh,
That can be right. It's the same for barbarian.
Yeah, I think most of them are
I think
0
only
for level
fighter
1.
gets
get it at 1.
+1.
Yeah, so you may be the only one here that does. Because we got, wizard, rogue, ranger, you.
the ranger gets a 0.
Okay. All right. Any other character creation things we should revisit? Jen, are you good for now, or do you still need some time to think about the spells?
I'm still working on spells, but I will try to make it happen quicker rather than slower. There are 96 spells to read, so there's quite a bit to sift through.
There is a sort of a cure light equivalent in the physiurgy list.
There is actually there's a number in physiurgy that look really cool. I like the milk and honey one.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's kind of
that
druidic.
one's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
All right, give me a second. We're going to be in the area where there is plenty of trade opportunities. And so, let's start with that area of town. Wait, give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out which things should happen first. All right, let's start with. I'm sorry. What is your name again? Eldril. All right, let's start with Eldril in that area of town. Eldril, two men are going to come, sort of knocking at your door. One of them, they're essentially the two men I already described. A somewhat tall human man who's dressed with lots of leather armor. He's dressed essentially like a ranger. He has a bow on his back. And a very tall man whom you might even mistake as half giant, who is bald. And they come knocking on your door, and they immediately ask you if you know where a halfling known as Mazim Rakor lives.
Give me a second.
Okay. They look at each other and shrug. Okay. They are armed. They're armed, but it's mostly covered up. They're not brandishing the weapons.
I will open up.
Okay.
Make sure I put on my mask.
Oh, you put on the Skeletor mask?
If I'm dealing,
Okay. Well, the ranger takes a kind of a second take and says, "Are you the one that called the mask?" Well, it's probably obvious. Yes, you must be the one that called the mask. the word is that you know where Mazum Rakor is. He's a halfling, kind of a shady fellow.
Come in, come in. I open the door.
Okay. Now this, to describe for the rest of the group, Eldril works for, at least for the time being, works for a guild that is called the Enforcement Guild, and they are responsible for collecting debts and other things. So he sort of has some roots here in the city, and has the benefit of a safe house, which is where he's currently staying.
Weapons go in the box.
Well, this isn't really a social call. We really just need you to lead us to Mazum, or if you don't know where he is, then just let us know.
Go in the box. And I will continue down and I'll sit on the table.
They look at each other and they shrug. Not gonna happen. We need to see Mazum, or we'll find him ourselves.
Okay, you can go find them yourself.
Okay. Well, they they eventually leave and head down the road. And you'll see them. Eventually, they'll
Make sure someone follows them.
fade out of sight. Well, how you going to do that?
Well, isn't there like people of the guild here?
There might be.
Rackor, and we kind of know that he's been doing some dirty business here, so I would be interested in knowing or wanting to know what these gentlemen want with him.
Well, I think they've come to you because they think that they've been told that you would know where he lives.
Yeah. Sorry for that. They didn't want to speak with them.
Hey, Bones, can you turn your audio up? I can barely hear you. And I hear everybody else pretty clear.
Yep. Is this a little bit better?
Yep.
Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Alright. Okay. Well, if there's someone that can go follow them, I would make sure that I appoint someone to follow them, see what information they can get out of them. Just
Okay.
by looking where they go.
Sure.
Click over them. By the way, you can right click on someone in Discord and adjust that user's volume for you. So if you want to turn someone up, you can.
Oh, thank you for that tip. That's fantastic.
Unlike
Fair.
when someone's really loud, you can turn them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing with that since we got on here. Some of you guys have been really quiet, some of you are really loud, and I've been tweaking it along.
So, sure, go follow them. Make sure where they go. Just let me know where they go, and I'll make sure when I have time I go to those places.
Okay. So are you going to follow them, or are you going to try to find someone to follow them?
If I don't see anyone immediately, I will follow them.
Okay. Well, it's going to be... You're welcome to take time to try to find someone, but there's no one around you at the moment.
I will take off the mask, make sure that they don't know that I'm going out, or try to go out the back door.
Okay. All right, so go ahead. So we'll try our first check here. So why don't you give me... Are you trying to follow discreetly, or... Okay, so go ahead and give me a stealth check. So give me a dex check. And as a fighter, it's not exactly a class skill. Although, did you just nat 20? Wow, okay.
Yes, he did.
All right.
Critical.
Yes. All right. Well, you manage well, perhaps because of your knowledge of the streets. You've been here for at least a few months. You sort of know where natural places are to hide. You see them sort of puzzled for the moment, trying to figure out what to do about it, or what to do about the fact that the lead they just followed has come up negative. So they will probably head back towards the docks and try to find someone else who might know. So eventually they'll head up the street. Are you going to continue to follow? Eldro. Okay. At some point, shoot.
And I'm shit. I'm like, oh, those are some nice apples, sir.
And Eldro, as you're following behind the two men, you will hear somebody stumbling heavily behind you. Not stumbling, but running heavily behind you, as if they're not trying to hide their steps. And they seem to be looking for someone, and you recognize them as a fellow guild mate. I actually did give him a name. What was it? Granth. He is a... What's that?
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, he's a sort of a junior guy, so he's not terribly skilled. But he looks frantic, and he looks like he's searching around for someone.
I'll make sure we can write contact.
Okay, so you're going to temporarily break your cover?
Just,
Okay.
nope, I won't. I will not break cover.
He sees you, and he's going to run up to you, and he's going to try to catch his breath as fast as he can, and he's going to say, the
I'll stop this.
the assassination, the guild, all the captains have been assassinated.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm running back.
Okay.
I'm running back.
No, they're looking for us. It's the Brotherhood of the Supple Hand. They're looking for us. It looks like it's some sort of coup. We have to hide.
Yep, we have to fucking hide. Indeed. Are the safe houses broken into?
I don't know.
I got a spot. Let's go.
Shortly after this happens, behind him, coming up the street, you're going to see a number of... Oh, I got to clear the combat tracker. A number of men who are dressed head to toe, covered in some sort of cloth and leather armor. And...
Switch second district.
Yes?
Me and Grant, we wearing any symbols that resemble the guild.
Very good
Yeah,
question.
resemble-
I would say you probably are not. Guild matters don't necessarily mean some sort of official badge or anything, so no.
Am I known? Like, would I know if like these guys could identify me or Grant?
Not offhand. You don't even know their intent at the moment.
Fair enough. I'll just continue. I'll just say, hey, cool. Like, I'm in like some shops, right?
Yes, you could quickly duck into a shop if you want.
I'll go either an alley or a shop.
Okay. Bear with me. I need to add some folks. Actually, before you do that, I need to have you roll initiative, because at this moment, seconds are starting to count. Yes. Hang on, Garn.
Not bad.
Kelithor, you are not here.
Are we supposed to be able to see a map at this point? What am I looking for?
Yeah, you will in a second. I'm sorry, bear with me. I had to deviate slightly here.
I have
I'm
a
just
question for
watching the
anybody
screen.
else. Does anybody have a character with a pet or familiar or something?
Not I.
All right, well, that determines which spell. I'll decide whether or not to take that spell.
Oops. Bear with me. One more. One more. Add them there. Okay, good. There. And you are here. You already rolled your initiative, and I'm sorry, what was it? It was 6.
By the way, do I recognize them?
No, I'm sorry. They are completely covered head to toe in sort of white muslin cloths and leather armor. A few feet away. Hang on a moment. I'll show you on a map. Let me get this encounter set up here. Because I want to try to bring in 2 other characters. So, about that same time, a half-orc, whom people might call that dude, that Thraki dude, and Theron happen to be around the corner, and they will notice the 2 gentlemen who were sort of standing there scratching their heads trying to figure out what to do next, and you will hear around the corner the sounds of many footfalls. And let me try to get the map here, share it. Let's see, I need to go into images, make sure this is shared. It is not. Share it. Alright, do you have it up on your screen there?
And if I go to images, I see about 1 million undefined maps/images.
Okay. I apologize. I thought I knew how to force this to your screen, but apparently I do not. Let's see. If you can find the map, it'll be called Street Number 1.
Yeah, they'll say undefined.
Oh, that's not good.
Map/image. Page of those. There's a page 2. Aftermath there, political map. Okay, what do you say it's called?
It's called Street Number 1?
Street Number 1, found it.
Yes.
So we can probably see things there that we shouldn't see, I guess, as well.
Yeah, and this map it's not going to matter. It's just city streets. So let me get you placed.
Are we supposed to see a map yet?
Yep. So that's what I'm trying to do is make sure you can see it. I know there's something I should be doing to force it to your. I'm sorry, say that again. Okay. I'm sorry, who are you telling to do that?
Either Thrak or Theron that are in.
I have 3 map options. So Thrak has the map open, and then I see one token overlay. Also, just a note for initiative, there should be a way to roll all initiatives at once for the Castle Keeper.
Yep, that happened automatically. Oops. But it's the first time I've tried to map an encounter straight onto a map, so I got things a little out of order. But Theron and Thrak, if you could give me initiatives, I should be able to pick this up correctly the next time around. I had to add you to this encounter. I hadn't originally planned on you being there, so. And Thrak, did you roll initiative?
Yep, you got an 8.
8. Oh, it didn't update you.
I didn't roll initiative, I just rolled a d10.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'll click on initiative.
So, does everyone see the map?
Yes.
Everyone? Okay. What we've got in the center is we've got the two gentlemen, the ranger and the tall half-giant. Thrak and Theron, you are up the street a little bit, and you can hear the heavy sound of people running from the south. Eldril, you are up here, and your buddy is right behind you, out of breath. So you don't necessarily have to feel compelled to join the combat, but it's going to happen regardless. So Thrak, what would you like to do?
I'm just going to saunter around the corner to see what's going on there. I'm not exactly
Sure.
resident of the town, and if there's anything going down, I want to see what it is before I get involved.
Okay. Are you able to move your token? Oh, yeah. It's got it on. I have.
Dragging a distance marker, but it's not dragging me.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Why are we
You
not?
have to improve the move.
Yep. I thought I did. So drag your marker. Oh, right there. Okay, never mind. You got it.
Yeah, he's not moving.
He is now.
Oh, there he goes.
Okay. So you're gonna saunter right out into the clearing and see what's going on. All right. Eldril, you see the. Oh, you're already wanting to move out into the clearing. Oh, you messed up. Okay. I see you doubled back. Yeah, and why are these not visible? Peek which way? Oh, I'm sorry. So you're still trying to maintain some cover and look north. Okay. So since you have some decent cover there, we'll just assume you're still maintaining your stealth. So yeah, you see this half-orc sort of wander out into the square. His eyes to the south. No. You see at least 3 of these guys at full run. I should say too, they have a belt. I don't know what they're called. It's it goes around over your shoulder and down around your waist.
More of a sash.
Sash, yeah. I wasn't sure if that's the name for it. It'll be strapped, just loaded with daggers. Okay. Okay, so you shout out to... Oops. You were running over here. Alright. You shout for your guildmate to follow. Garn, at this point, will notice the noise to the south, and he will turn. The first cultist will make it about there, and he will have his dagger drawn. The next one will make it about there. And they seem to be closing ranks on your guildmate. I think he's going to panic and try to run and follow you. All right, Thrak.
Back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I call out to the two in the middle of the square. Hey, what's going on here?
Okay. Narv is actually the one who looks like the ranger. He will turn to you and sort of shrug and say, I don't know, but it looks like trouble. And he's going to draw his sword and sort of stand there bracing, ready for action.
What kind of trouble?
Not good trouble. Looks like trouble for those two.
Okay, I look down. I see. I move down towards him. So I guess he's gesturing in the direction of the two behind the car.
Yep. He's pointing towards the two.
Big criminals, or
I don't know, but I can tell you that one over there, not a very helpful fellow. He's a member of the guild. So.
the guild?
The guild, yeah, the enforcement guild. But I imagine they can take care of themselves.
So I just step down with the other two, just keeping an eye out. But nothing other than that, not a lot else.
Okay. Meanwhile, the cultists will close the distance, and two of them will make it all the way and make contact with our fellow, with Gorath, the guildsman, and I may not have set them up completely correctly, so we're just going to have to do some rolling. Oh, that'll make contact. And that will not. Where's my 8? Uh-oh. No, that doesn't do what I want. Oh, that changed its name. That's not helpful. Okay. Well, it looks like the younger, thinner, not as well dressed guildsman is slumped over in an intense amount of pain. And where did my tracker go? Let's go here. Why is it changing my name? Oh, I see. All right, Theron, did you still want to move where you were?
That's correct. I'm just going to get closer, still staying to the side so I can observe what's going on.
Okay. The tall one will ready his sword, and he will move down in sort of a defensive position here. All right, Eldro, you can clearly see your guildmate has been grievously wounded.
Oh boy, you guys are sure fast. Got here really quick. I was like, what, 6 seconds? Holy moly. Now we'll attack the other guy.
Cultist number 1.
Oh!
That's going to be a miss. And I realize I am showing the DM the combat tracker from my side, but that's right. Okay, and you're going to move. If you have attacked, then you're not going to be able to move. You can't move and attack, or attack then move. That's CNC for you. So, anything else you want to try to do? take it back. Let's see. What did you roll? An 8. Their AC was -2. Let me think. 13, 12, 11. What was your total on that roll, by the way, that attack? Oh, you fumbled. Why did I see you rolled a 7?
I don't know.
Whoops.
He won it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's definitely a miss. All right, never mind. Go ahead. Anything else you want to try to do? No?
Despite what Steve said in the last chat, in the player's handbook, normally attacker can move one half of their movement rate and still attack.
Okay.
But I think you need to move and then attack. And then attack.
Then move. I'll let you have the half move if you want. Eldro. It's measuring your move, by the way, right? 15 feet there? Okay, because it looks about 3 squares. I don't see the actual measurement. Let's see. Gorath is going to feebly attempt an attack and hit. And I did not see that roll. Why did I not see that roll? What's that? Yep. And I may have turned off so I can't see my own rolls. Bear with me a second.
I saw a roll down, but I didn't see what it was.
Yeah, I didn't either. It's a D4, so the point that, the tip was up, so I couldn't see the sides. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Why am I not seeing my rolls? That's odd. It showed that one. All right. Anyway. Top of the order. Narv is still he's gonna take a step forward and still not quite intervene. They're on you. You're up. What do you think?
I'm going to try and get a little back distance here.
Thrak?
Okay, Frank's not impressed because I'm seeing a whole bunch of cultists who say whoever they are, they've just grievously wounded someone. They're not trying to take them into custody.
No.
I'm not standing for this. It's bang out of order. So he's going to charge into combat. Charging is a special movement-based combat maneuver, so you can move up to double your distance with an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 2 AC.
Right.
So, but you have to move at least your movement distance as well, which luckily that just about is. So, I'm going to attack and attempt to intimidate that cultist.
Okay. That is number 2.
Nice.
14. That is a miss. Barely a miss. Guildsman is up. He's going to try to attack again. Let me see my rolls. I'm happy to see if you want to try to role play that sort of thing. He just nattered that, didn't he?
Okay, so I scream into the cultist. Hey, you bunch of bullies! Leave that guy alone! What's he done to you? You want to mess with someone?
Okay.
As I charge into him.
So give me a charisma check.
The intimidate is normally a constitution check. But check it.
Yeah. Okay. Let me think. We'll come back to that in a second. Garn is going to probably have enough, and he is going to probably step in. And that is going to be... Now you notice as Garn steps in, he seems very practiced at what he's doing. And seems to hit effortlessly. And he's sort of chuckling as he's running by you, screaming this. Challenge to your attackers. Eldra, you just see this. You just saw this half-orc rush in, screaming at them.
Okay, got it. Horace! Run!
Okay, that's a free action. What else do you want to do?
Try to, like, see if the situation changes.
You've got a little bit of distance between you and the enemy, so if you're going to attack from here, it'll have to be a ranged attack. Okay, so that's still part of your movement, and you're going to roll an attack. And 12 is going to not miss. They seem to have something underneath their cloth and leather armor, which seems to be deflecting your blade. All right. Oops.
Keep running, Horace! Keep running!
Oh, these guys seem dedicated. Alright. Seemingly unfazed by his wounds, the first attacker who had done some serious damage to your guildmate, he misses. And the other one is going to swing at this half-orc who just issued some sort of challenge and also miss. Let's get... These guys are going to step up and swing at the big guy. Ooh. And one of them is going to do some serious damage. Okay. That's all my cultists. Top of the order. Theron. Oh, you're moving here?
I want to move up and do a back attack.
Okay. Well, I am rustier than I thought. Does that require some sort of check for you to be in a stealth?
I'll say no, because that's my ability, my advantage, but I have no idea.
Yeah, hang on. Well, of course you would say no. No, I just sneak up. I just walk right up to him and
No.
back
I'm very
attack.
sneaky.
Back attack. Back attack. Where is it? Row face to face. From the rear, who is unaware. I'm going to give him some chance of noticing you. And he does not. So yes, you may have your back attack, sir. Mm.
Where's my modifier? Plus, I should be getting like +4.
Good question. Well, it's not going to take into account the current situational bonus. So, what was it that the back attack did? Did it give you a bonus to hit or damage?
Bonus to hit.
Oh. Was it +4 to hit?
Yes.
Okay, that will hit.
Okay.
So one thing you could do, I'm pretty sure I know you can do, is down in the lower left corner, there's a box that says modifier. So if you were to put a value there, it will apply for the next roll. So for that kind of situation where it's just kind of a situational bonus, I would say just put your +4 in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So go ahead and roll, and you are attacking
Damage.
cultist number 4, whose name is Bob. Bob is married and has 2 kids. He fell into +2 damage, you said, right?
I don't know where I get.
It should be your strength bonus damage.
No, my strength is 11, so no bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, the bonus of damage only comes from sneak attack, which is much later.
Okay. Yeah, at a higher level, right? Yep.
Just, yeah, at level 4. Just for future reference for back attack, catch opponent unaware, rogue must make a successful move silently check to sneak up behind the foe, and make
Okay.
a successful hide check while behind the opponent. And then if you succeed in one or other of those, you get the +4.
Gotcha. So we sort of did, to be fair, we sort of did the inverse of that, which is I checked to see if the guy noticed him. So, but yeah, okay, so
I'm just saying,
for future, yep. Thank you. Yeah, I thought there was something about a sneak check.
A successful hit also inflicts double the normal damage. Attack.
Would that be double what's on the die or double max? So I don't think it would be double max. So we could double what's on the
No,
die
it should
though.
be double.
I can just
roll
do
times
like that.
Yeah. Okay, so another 3. Oops. 5, 3, 2. Oops. What did I do here? Garn. Did Garn attack? He did. It hit. Cultist 2. Who will no longer see the light of day. He will be out of it. And alright, well he's... Oh, I bet if I put him at 0, will that modify him? So I'm trying to check how to tell the combat tracker he's gone.
I think you just skip over him when it comes to his turn.
Yep, we'll do that. Alright. Eldril. I don't think your guildsman has had a chance to respond to you.
I'll step on a corpse. And I will walk up to his Can I attempt to knock him out?
No, that'd be something like a called shot, which we really don't have. You're just going to have to either pummel him with your sword hilt, or I assume you're trying to keep him alive, yeah? Is that why you're looking for a knockout? Yeah, well.
I don't have a
Oh, that's right, yes.
so I will attempt
Okay. You could drop your ball and chain and just hit him with your fists. It'd be like an unarmed attack.
Around with my chain.
I'm sorry, can you what?
With the chain.
Tap him with the chain?
Wrap him.
Oh, wrap him like around his waist or something?
Around his arms.
No, I would say, I mean, the chain's only going to be a few feet long, like 24 inches or something. It's not going to be enough to act like a rope and, lasso him. I like the creative thinking, though. Keep going.
Is to get something out of my backpack that a free action?
No, that would take you a few seconds, especially if you have to rummage around. It's not like you have a handy hover sack where you can just kind of go. Yeah, I want my green.
Potion.
Yeah, I want my green potion with the blue cap on it. Boom! It's right in your hand.
I'll go closer.
Okay. You are going to attack with the ball and chain. And I'm sorry, which one? Cultist 2 there?
That's
3. Oh yeah. Okay.
I will do with just my hands. And as I'm doing that, I'll shout, "I need him alive!"
And 15 will hit. I believe.
1d4.
Plus, I imagine it gets the strength bonus, although you probably don't have one. Oh, yes, you're the fighter. That's right. And that was Cultist 3, you said, right? And
Kill him. I'll make sure I
Cultist 4 is down and out. I mean, Cultist 1 is down and out. 2 is... Well, I think it's... What the heck is... I'm sorry, I'm looking at my combat tracker. It says Cultist 1, who still has a hit point, is down and out. Cultist 2, which has no hit points.
He's gone.
Yeah, and then somehow there's a Cultist 5 that showed up, so...
Are you deducting hit points or adding wounds to them? 'Cause it could be that it's not realised their status.
Ah, that is probably the case. Thank you. Oops. I see. That's what it is. So it's just my...
Oh, he's dead.
So he had 8. He's taken 8. Still shows him as alive. That's okay. We're going to ignore 5 because I'm not sure where he came from. So at any rate, 3 of them. It's a target-rich environment. I am thinking they're going to see... No, they're going to stay focused on their mission, which was taking out the younger guildsmen. And I threw a d12, not a d20. Alright, one of them is going to hit, and that will be enough anyway.
What you can also do in festivals, I don't know, is when someone is highlighted, you can click Control and then left click on someone to target them. So you can see Bones and myself are targeting cultists. So when we roll, it should automatically apply against their AC, etc.
Right, okay. Gotcha.
And I guess you can do the same for the cultists against us.
And one of them will attack the big guy. Ah, wrong guy. Sorry. Three. Big guy, big guy. Okay, next will be the guildsman who is no longer with us. Narv will see his friend getting attacked and will move. Actually, you know what? Well, he didn't have enough to charge. Shoot. He does have enough to attack. It's a miss anyway. Top of the order, Theron.
I'm going to attack the cultist closest to him.
Okay.
Target. 4.
Excuse me. And did it add all your bonuses?
I
Don't think you, maybe you don't have any. Okay. Gilsman Gorat's no longer with us. Garn. Will hit. Interesting. I do not know why my rolls are not showing. I think it was 1. So the 3 was Thrak, what'd you like to do? You can see the two guys in the center of the square are now fully engaged. Pretty much everyone is busy trying to cut down the enemy.
I've lost track of the cultists. How many of them are up?
The-
And is there one still attacking the guy on the ground?
There are one is clearly dead, one is bleeding heavily, and 2 are still standing around, looking quite dangerous.
Okay, well, whoever last attacked the guy on the ground, I'm going to try and grab him and grapple him. Because apparently someone wants him alive.
Oh, I see. So you're gonna try to grapple. Okay, I think that would be cultist 3.
So I roll d20 and add any strength modifier. He has a different AC. If he has a strength prime, his AC is treated as 18. If he does not have a strength prime, then his AC is treated as 12. For a grapple.
He does not have strength prime.
So his AC will be treated as 12.
Right. Versus your grapple.
Which fails. Okay. Keeps it easier.
Now, is there a penalty for having tried to grapple? I'll have to think about that.
Don't think there is.
Okay. Narv will definitely make an attack. And let me try doing it the official way. We got attack, and we got that, and...
But it doesn't, grappling doesn't do damage, it just holds someone in place.
Yeah, no, I got that. But you sort of exposed yourself in the attack, right? So... Cultist 4.
Yeah. In the grappling description, it doesn't put any negative for grappler.
Okay. $18. Alright. It's definitely gonna hit. Okay, he is gonna Good Lord. The what's that?
There is another type of attack called overbearing, where you just try to knock them to the floor, and then if you do that, then you do suffer a -2 to your AC because you're more exposed. There's nothing similar for gripping.
Okay. So our ranger-looking fellow is going to take a step and completely eviscerate Cultist 4. So Cultist 4 is now also laying on the ground. And I believe that'll bring us to... Oh, Eldril.
I will start taking out the rope out of my backpack.
Okay.
You guys all earned some gold today, let me tell you that.
Wow, okay. 3, seeing that he is outnumbered, but still making his morale check. He is a cultist after all. Is going to attack Eldril because... let me think about this. And miss anyway. Narv. Does he miss? Guard. Also a miss. Gilpin's dead. Theron.
Which cultist is that? There's only one cultist
There's,
left?
yeah, only one is sort of standing and still attacking, as if driven by some sort of mad rage.
Done what?
I'm trying to hit my targets. Target mode. Cultist 3. Got it. Alright. I'm throwing a knife.
Sadly, a miss. All right, Eldril.
Careful with that knife! Holy shit, you almost hit me, man. I'll try to use my rope to entangle.
What are we trying to do?
I am trying to use my rope to restrain it.
I think you're going to have to do what the half-orc was trying, which is you're going to have to actually grapple him to get him under control, to get your rope around him. Yeah. All right. I think the cultist has seen enough death for one day, and he is going to try to absolutely just take off. So as he does, I will go ahead and let you guys take an attack of opportunity, which I know is not CNC. But he is fleeing. Okay, well, he's not going to get far. Okay, I'm afraid with that, I think you've eviscerated that one a little too much. So he's got a dagger. It severs his spine. He is gone. There's no chance he may come back. But what's that?
Just as another point, normally attacks of opportunity don't exist in CNC except if someone's doing a hasty disengagement from combat to run,
Right.
then people do get an attack, and the person running gets a -2 to their AC.
Right.
So you're absolutely right to do it. It's not against groups.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Yes. So you absolutely eviscerated 3. I would say, yeah, you've severed his spine. I mean, he completely turned his back. He was in no way guarding himself.
I did say I was going
Okay. I tell you what. Give me a dex check. Oh goodness. Okay. All right. Well, let's roll that back a little bit then. I get it. So you were so intent and so focused on capturing him alive, instead of stabbing with the. Actually, wait a minute. You had the rope in your hand though. We'll just pretend. Because you natted both of them. I got to give it to you. So we'll just say that you were able to kind of clobber him upside the head, knocking him unconscious. So he is still alive, still bleeding well, but not dead, just unconscious. 2 of the others are definitely beyond help. One of them could probably be brought back to resuscitated with some tender care, but is currently in. What's that? Okay.
Hey, can you help me carry him, please?
It all depends. Now, someone
Yes,
needs to
go.
tell me what all this is about, because I only ran over here because I saw them trying to gut this little fella on the ground. That didn't seem fair, but now what are you doing with him?
Well, we're trying to see what he would like to do. We're gonna ask him some questions.
You don't need to take him anywhere for that, do you?
Yes, I do. You want others to come? You're not the smartest of them all, are you?
Others? I'm looking around.
Yeah. So my guild got annihilated. Pretty sure they have something with it. So I'm going to take it.
So you don't even know who they are?
Yes, I actually know. My character actually knows my thoughts. But it starts with roasting.
There,
They're from a guild.
yes, you would know them from around town. There's rumors of a cult called the Brotherhood of the Supple Hand. Some say that it's sort of a thieves' guild. Others say they're just a bunch of mad, crazy lunatics.
It's mad crazy lunatics. Anyway, and I'm gonna try to grab him, and I'm gonna run to his safe house. Please follow me.
All right, let's take him. But I'm watching, huh?
I'm watching too, man. I got eyes too.
All right, so if you're going to start bundling up and heading away, the Narv, the ranger-looking fellow, is going to say, well, we don't really have anything to do with this, so we're going to head out. I would recommend, if you're thinking about leaving the city, there's a boat that leaves this evening. It may be your quickest way out.
I've seen a record. Halfling, average build. He's got no scars, but he's got a distinctly broken nose, right?
That sounds about right. You know the neighborhood.
I'll give him the neighborhood.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And they will head off. Now, what I need to do is we're temporarily going to set the scene aside and go back to our wizard, our halfling, and our ranger.
Woo-woo.
So, meanwhile, on the other side of town, shortly after you saw the 2 men that I've just been describing were involved in this fight. You saw them head down the street. About 5 or 10 minutes later, your friend, your other comrade, Jen.
Arista.
Right. Oops. Where is my... Ah.
I'm here. I have 2 spells picked out, maybe 3.
Okay. I'm sorry. I forgot the name of your other character.
Maximus.
Maximus. Oh my... I knew it was something Roman sounding. I was going to call him Caesarus, but that wasn't right. Maximus says, well, you know what? I got to check on something on the other side of town. So he just starts heading off away from you, heading towards the other side of town. It's up to you guys what you want to do. If you want to stay, if you want to follow.
Well, last I remember, Arista is still in kind of bad shape. So
Yeah,
She is. Okay.
I'll kind of take my lead. If she's gonna chill, I'm gonna chill here, because at this point, I'm kind of like, not to say attached, but I don't really know what the hell's going on. I'm still rattled from the before the boat ride, and she's my little tiny rock at this point, making sure she's okay.
Aw.
Okay.
Hey, that town was not pretty.
It was not. It was a bit scary.
Yes.
Oh, the one you fled from, the one that got buried in the
Yeah.
volcano.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget you have the young, whatever she is, the
I
lady
thought
you
she
rescued.
was carried off, or with. Was she there with us?
No, she's still there. She along with Arista were healed on the boat by the strange man, and
Well, I just didn't know if she got, because those guys were interested in her, if she like got shoveled off somewhere else.
Nope.
After the boat docked.
No, she's stuck with you. She's just being very quiet, and she is still very ill. So she's simply recovering right now. So she will have gone and gotten some food, some refreshment, and simply sitting there and having sort of a shell shock look on her face. So she hasn't said much at this point.
I will ask her if she's okay, because she's the other person who kind of looking out for at this point.
Sure. She will very quietly say, "Yeah, yes, I'm okay, but I think I need to go back. I have to go back. My master would not be happy that I abandoned my laboratory."
You're insane. You do not want to go back.
I don't know that your laboratory is still there.
Well, it's not the building, it's what's underneath the building that I need to go back to. It should be okay. It will be protected, I'm pretty sure.
What is under the building?
Some valuable things I need, and I have to go back and retrieve them. Or
You're no condition.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to, Ugrax, I'm trying to remember your character's name.
Oh, Teleport.
Calathor, okay. Calathor, can you help me here? If you can bring me, how wounded does she look, Mark?
she's all her wounds are more or less healed. That was part of the natural heal or the healing that occurred on the boat. But she's very
She's like
ashen.
shocked.
Yeah, she's ashen white. You know, she looks like she's in. Yeah, right. Physical shock, emotional shock.
Oh, okay. Then forget it. Not necessary.
Okay.
Mark, if
Yes.
you want to take a look, I have started adding, creating a virtual spell book
Okay.
in Notion.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
I haven't worked out exactly how to format it and stuff, but you're getting the idea.
Okay. We may need to take a look at it here if we get into some combat.
Yes.
Okay, shortly after you have this conversation, or right about the same time, you hear a loud commotion out in the street, and you hear the sound of heavy boots landing on pavement. And you hear someone saying, "Make way for the King's Guard." And
I'll
if
go
you take a peek outside, yes, so what you'll see is perhaps 30 men who are wearing full plate armor will come marching down the street with a couple of men on horseback who are also very well armored. And you will watch them as they surround your friend Maximus. And you hear one of the men on the horse shout, "Maxim Rockor, stand fast. You are hereby arrested by order of the king."
What?
And the men will surround the fellow you know as Maximus, and he will give up, seeing that he has no place to run. And they will bind him and carry him off, and they will, as a group, head back presumably towards the keep or some other part of town. What do you want to do?
I forgot that was his backstory, that he had the death sentence in 12 systems.
I'm not doing anything because, one, I'm more worried about them. I don't know him.
Right.
And if the officials of this town are after him, I'm definitely not going to throw myself in because I don't know what's going on. And he seems to have, he understood what was going on. So, in a way, I almost think I'm lucky I did not get involved anymore with this guy. He's bad news.
Okay. So, back to Mara. She is going to ask. You're right. I cannot go by myself. Maybe you can help me recover my things.
You mean going back to that town?
Yes.
You have any idea what is there?
Oh, I certainly have an idea.
But what?
Oh.
What came?
I don't know what came. I just know what's there, and it is valuable beyond measure. And my master will be very displeased if I abandon it.
Who is your master?
I'm afraid I cannot say.
If you go back, you will die.
If I don't get my stuff, I will definitely die. But perhaps with a brave guard, I can pay.
You know what happened, don't you?
Yes, the sleeping god awoke.
The what?
The sleeping god awoke.
That was your
Wait.
god?
Not my god, the god. The one who lives under the mountain.
Yeah, it came from the mountain, but I don't think anything is left alive.
Well,
What were you doing? I mean, we found you trapped under this thing.
I'm afraid I cannot say, but I am definitely in debt. And perhaps if you could take me there, I could find some valuables or some way to repay you. I'm afraid I cannot say. Just know that he is a very powerful person. And
Powerful how?
powerful in that you don't want to be on his bad side. That powerful.
Is he
Powerful
more powerful than this god?
He is a dabbler in magic. That is all I can say.
He merely dabbles.
Well, perhaps I misspeak. He is a master of magic.
Ah.
I,
How did you come to be in his service?
Say again?
How did you come to be in his service?
I'm afraid I cannot say.
Because you feel that you cannot tell us, or because you don't know?
No, because I am a student of his, and he has entrusted me with a certain line of research. That research, that research required certain items, and those items are safely stored underneath that building that you found me in.
I would like to examine her more closely, although not conspicuously. I just want to see if she has a sigil.
A sigil. Oh, the mark that from the void?
Yes.
Okay. So
I
give me
need a good stiff drink. Mull this over in my head.
in player or in character?
Oh, definitely in character.
Oh, okay.
A good stiff drink.
Sure. Yeah. Well, she's fully clothed, so unless you ask her to strip.
Well,
Arista.
sigils are visible to all and obviously arcane.
I'm sorry, I'm missing that. What do you mean? They're visible to all?
That's what it says. Sigils are visible.
Oh, I see. You're going from that book. No, so the marks that I've been talking about are not. They're more like brands than an arcane mark. Is that what you were going for?
No, I was going for sigil from the book. If she's a magic user,
Mm-hmm.
then it is possible that she has cast a sigil in preparation of something or another.
Gotcha. So you're looking for anything. You're essentially trying to detect magic.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Oh, I gotta pull up my character sheet. I lapsed it.
Okay. No clue.
Not very well.
You don't seem to see anything unusually arcane about her.
Okay. Well, I don't know that I'm up for traveling just yet, but I think that when we are, because I was injured in quite the same manner as yourself, maybe less so, I would be prepared to go help you should the city still stand.
Well, I don't know if the city will still be standing, but I can assure you that my vault below my house will still be there.
Is there a way to get to the vault if the house is not there?
Yes.
How would that be?
I have means. I have means. If you'll get me there, I'll be happy to show you.
Is that boat going to go back up the river again? The one that we came in on?
Yes, that was your understanding. Yep.
Okay.
The captain had said something about needing to deport all the villagers and then having to return north.
Okay. Against my better judgment, yeah, I will accompany you, but know that I do this with trepidation because I don't wish to experience what I saw there again.
Well, perhaps you could find other mercenaries or other gifted people to help. I absolutely can pay very well for this.
Okay. Well,
Do we know this town well enough that we would be able to find such resources in this town?
I definitely would not.
Not offhand, no. It's a fairly new place for you. Now you could ask around. You could always try to find an inn or something and maybe talk some folks up and see.
Yeah.
I'll accompany her. Maybe she can talk some folks up. I don't think I would be very convincing in trying to convince somebody to go back there.
Do you know anyone? I'm not asking you,
Well,
I'm asking her.
Yes, she's going to say, well, what happened to those two men that were with us? They certainly look like they could handle themselves well in a fight.
I suppose that's possible, but we just happened along them.
And they left. Whether they might return, I don't know. They seem to be interested in you.
And I
Mayhap
don't recall
they-
that they gave us any forwarding address.
Mayhaps they are also employed by your master, because they did seem quite focused on you.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I've never seen them before. And I
Do
don't
you
think
know
my
all
master...
your master's feelings?
Well, no, but I don't think he would deal with the likes of those two.
Okay.
He tends to favor those who have gifts of an arcane sort.
Okay.
Well,
Let's just see if they return. Because I need to finish this mug before I do anything. Courage in a
Is your
bottle,
master-
baby. Courage in a
Yeah.
bottle.
We're
is
gonna,
your master a kindly person?
as master what? A holy person?
A kindly person?
Oh, a kindly. Oh, I'd say yes, most times. He does have you do not want to get on his bad side, but he is mostly a kind fellow.
What happens if you get on his bad side?
I don't know because I've never been there. I make it a point not to ever go there, but I have heard things. Nothing dangerous or deadly, I assure you. Just best not to tempt fate.
We never like to disappoint those who hold in regard.
Okay, let's pause it there.
I'm willing to help her.
Okay. Yes. Time is against me a little bit here. Okay, yeah, I know you need to leave. And actually, this might be a natural break for us to go back to the other half of the story here. See if we can get them connected. So yeah, if it's okay with you, why don't we leave it there? You're going to sort of find courage in a bottle, I think you said.
Yep,
And
that's exactly what I said.
Is Calathor open to the idea of trying to find others to help, or?
Yes. I mean, I would most likely be, if I run into those two, Narv and the other guy, I would most likely not chat them up, so to say, but tell them, that she wants to go back.
Okay.
Could they help arrange for us to potentially go back with the captain since they seem to have some rapport with him?
Okay.
Not going to be very convincing because I really don't want to.
Okay.
But I also feel a sense of I need to help. And I really, in the back of my mind, want to know what the hell that was.
Fair enough.
Maybe not.
I was actually telling Mark earlier today, I'm really curious to find out what those
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Size capsule pill things were.
Yes, the god.
Right. Well, that's what she said. But you distinctly
Yeah,
witnessed.
That's what she said. To me, it was a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, and there were 3 distinct creatures that came out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to know is the creatures that came out of the volcano. What happened there?
Right.
Right.
And their strange attraction to the town and the strange blue lights.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, don't look at the lights. Don't look at the lights. But with that, yes, I do apologize. I am open. You can proxy me as needed.
Okay.
If this happen again, this is just something that happy wife, happy life.
Exactly.
And,
Not true.
Hush.
It is in my house.
Yeah. All right.
So,
We'll see you.
Great guys, and I will see y'all next week, and it will be awesome.
Very cool.
Very cool.
All right. So with that said, then let's go back to the street with the dead cultists and one bound cultist. I think we had said.
So we're continuing without the player? Is that?
Yeah, I think it's possible we won't get into any combat or necessary. It's not necessary that we would get into combat. If we do, we'll have to make a decision whether we want to play him or not.
And he's in the other scenario anyway. We're the party's split right now,
Right.
right?
So we'll just sort of see how it goes, I guess. I would say it's up to you guys. If you do happen to have it, you have to leave early or something, or won't be there. If you want to say you don't mind others proxying for you, I'll leave that up to you.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah. Get you killed?
That's it.
Yeah. Well, we won't kill him. Oh, so he's just saying, all right. There's still plenty of opportunity for encounters here, so maybe we will have to play his character. We'll just play him very safe. Okay, so back on the other. Meanwhile, on the other side of town,
Just as an aside, do we know how long we're playing?
we are playing for another 45 minutes. And
I'll just check.
yep, and I apologize. I thought we would get in at least one more encounter, but I think probably because of my ineptness with Fantasy Grounds, I've slowed us down a little. So I guarantee next time we will have several. So a little bit role play here while we try to get our party formed. So anyway, back at the other side of town, Narv and Garn will. I think we had said that you told them where to find the halfling. Eldra? Okay. And they had said to you, if you want to get out of town quickly, there is a boat that is docked that will leave in a few hours.
We're carrying the body to a safe place.
Okay. The Thrak and Theron, I would think you're welcome to follow and see if your interest piques you. Otherwise, you can follow Narv and Garn.
I assume we search the cultists and where we can find find anything?
Yes, you'll find a number of mundane, regular daggers. Let's see, we had 4. They had 3 apiece. That's 12 daggers. You will find underneath they had a sort of chain-like shirt. And if you search the bodies close enough, you will find they have all sorts of strange tattoos on their body, as cultists often do. No coin.
Okay. Well, I'm taking some daggers.
Okay.
And can you describe the tattoo? Is it unique?
It is a tattoo of a fist.
Okay.
And that's sort of the well, you wouldn't necessarily know what it signifies yet.
If there are any spare daggers, then Thrak will go up to.
Okay. There's 12 of them, so you should be plenty to go around. Sure. All right, Eldro, do you want to carry them back to your safe house?
You guys are welcome to join. Just return safe.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Yeah.
he may. What's that?
I don't know what would entice me to want to go with them or the other party, other than I was just helping out here.
Right. I would say you're looking.
I'm specifically looking for anybody that has information on the Circle of Daggers, or if anybody's got any jobs they need done.
Right. That's something you could ask these guys. Eldro might know because he has had some time to spend, and he's sort of the investigative mindset.
Okay, well, that's why I would go with them, so I could, since they're enforcers, they would know.
Yep. For the moment, if you do want information, there's a pretty good chance, and it's still going to be a die roll, but there's a pretty good chance that Eldro would know. If that makes sense.
Yep.
All right.
But I'll wait to ask till we get in there.
Till we get in there, okay. Do you want to question? You actually want to question him back at the safe house? Is that right? All right. Well, safe house is not far from here, so you would bring him back. He is bound, and let's see. How would you arouse him?
First, I would put him into a room, all dark room, sitting under a light.
Okay. This is film noir, right? Is it? You're gonna sit him at a desk and.
Sure. My mask. Can I get a +1 to it?
Go ahead and attempt the intimidation, which is a con check, apparently. I'm glad you said something, Pete, because my instinct would have been charisma, but...
Well, the con check is specific to barbarians. I don't know if anyone else can do.
Can even do... You're right. That's right. That's a skill. That's a class skill. All right. I'm going to give you another attempt. It's something like an intimidation, but I do want to make it charisma. Eldro. Yeah.
Well, charisma is charm and fear, correct?
Yeah, but it can also be sort of forcing of will. I mean, you're right. It's, well, fear. I mean, essentially, this is a fear-based attack, if you will. It's a moot point anyway. I don't think he's intimidated by the mask. But yeah, he does come around. He doesn't seem intimidated by the mask, and he just sort of looks around, trying to get his bearing. Now, you said it was dark in here. You did have a light, though. Is that right, Eldro?
It's a torch, actually.
A torch, right?
And is a very, very, very. It's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
If you weren't an elf, you couldn't see.
Okay. Are you trying to do this alone? Because you've got some folks who came with you, right?
I'm gonna pop out. Does anyone know how to intimidate people? I'm not very good at talking at all.
Okay. Are you guys? As you guys see him, he is trying to take the guy to some sort of back room. Are you just gonna let him go back there? Are you gonna say anything, or?
Thrak is sitting on the fence mostly. He's wanting to find out how this other guy is treated, what answers come of what questions. He's still, yeah, it looks like he was doing the right thing, but he wants to get a better grip on who the people in this scenario are. You know, who's the good guys, who's the bad guys. So
Sure.
he's not going to be helping the interrogation. He's more using it to try and make up his mind.
Okay.
I'm going in to help with the good cop role. This guy's trying to be bad cop.
Okay.
With his mask.
Okay. So, are the two of you then going to go in the room, or the three of you going to go in the same room, or?
I can see I'm
Thrak
half
wants
elf.
to be in the room because he wants to know
Okay.
what's said. You know, he doesn't want to be sitting outside and waiting for the dead corpse to be dragged out and figure out what went wrong. You know.
Right. All right. So I'm sorry. Proceed, Eldro. I just want to make sure that the other two had an opportunity to say what they were doing in reaction to the interrogation. So go ahead.
You're gonna have to answer some questions. Depending on your answers. Does that sound
Yeah, I'm not talking to you. You're a dead guy. You're a dead man.
All right, so can I do a charisma check? For
Sure.
Charm.
Sure.
And then do the modifier down below, correct?
Yes. So actually, okay, yeah. So it's charisma check. So normally you would add. It should automatically add it in. Okay. Oh, because you're playing the good cop role. Go ahead.
Correct. So I'm going. Hey, whoa. I kind of push the Skeletor mask dude, Bones aside. I'm like, look, I understand you believe. I understand you're passionate. But let's just get some information and let's just kind of go about our ways. It can work out for everybody. You still have the opportunity to kill him tomorrow if you're alive today.
You know, I think he would chuckle at that too. So he'll just chuckle and sit back and smile. Say, this is, you're not going to get anything out of me. You're dead men. The Brotherhood will, yeah, he's threatening all of you. The Brotherhood will find you all, and you will all die painfully.
Cut his ear off.
Well, that turned quickly.
Yeah, we're gonna see how well he listens with only one ear.
Okay, are you going to do it, or are you telling Eldrill to do it?
I got it.
Okay.
Well, no, let's see if Bones. Hey, Bones, you feel like taking an ear? Sorry, girl. How about you get an extra ear then?
okay?
While they're discussing this, Thrak's going to lean into the guy under interrogation. Just say, look, I'm just here watching. I'm not decided if I'm with you or if I'm with them. But I've no idea who you are right now. So, you want to help me make up my mind?
Well, he'll look at you and say, well, if you're not with the guild, you might have a chance. I'd suggest you lay low or get out of town, because there's the Brotherhood is taking their rightful spot. And this is going to be a very different place.
So you guys are just out to take the guild's place, that's right?
Maybe.
Okay. How much does Thrak know about the guild? Like you say, he knows that they're enforcers of some sort. But
Yep,
other
well,
than that, I don't.
they're essentially collectors, so if someone owes someone money, that would be probably the most of the cases, they can hire the guild to collect, so they're essentially hired thugs in that sense.
Basically, bailiffs come.
Yeah, right. Yeah, something like bailiffs, bounty hunter, that sort of thing. They also deal a lot with knowledge. So they do have a lot of information because they have their spies everywhere, and they have a very good information network.
And from what I hear, when he says this is going to be a very different place, my perception of this town has been pretty much that it's well run, well under control, or that it is a bit of a chaos.
No, it is pretty orderly. The guild operates by under what's the word I'm looking for? License from the king. So they are official in what they do, and for the most part, they have a reputation for playing above board. But there are rumors that they do dabble occasionally in nefarious things. Although that's never been proven, and it never. There's the obvious level of graft and corruption. Not obvious, the typical level of graft and corruption, but nothing that points at a high level. So, for the moment,
if there was ever to be any replacement of the guild, that should be a royal decision and not basically someone strong people on the street.
exactly, it should come somewhat surprising to know that someone is openly declaring war against an officially sanctioned organization such as the guild.
Okay.
So you could probably reasonably expect that might have some repercussions for more.
Okay, so Thrax just say, okay, well, thanks for helping me make up my mind, and then just step back against the wall, cross his arms, and watch the rest of the interrogation.
Fair enough.
I heard there was ear cutting.
Yeah, he needs to listen better, so let's take off one of his ears.
Oof.
Human, correct?
He is human. Yep. All right. I'm just gonna say for that level of attack, and his ear is unarmored. You go ahead and take his ear off. It begins to bleed profusely, and he begins to scream.
Okay, we're gonna hold the ear to your mouth.
Much better now.
Yeah, hold the ear to your mouth and talk into it and ask him the question.
Oh man. Did I mishear? I thought you were playing good cop.
Well, he threatened me, correct?
Yeah, he did. He essentially did. He said you're all gonna die. So.
Yeah, so that's still me being a good cop. I didn't kill him.
Okay.
Century.
Actually, give me another charisma check. Oh, wow. Okay. He's gonna sort of whimper through the pain. The brother, I just know I was supposed to kill all of any guildsmen I found. And I saw that. No name, just I was sent to kill that one man and he ran to you. They've already taken out all the captains.
I'm going to need some names. Names of your captains. Now, or you are losing another fucking year.
I cannot tell you. They don't tell us. We operate in cells.
How many of you are there?
I don't know. There were 4 of my brethren.
I'm going to leave the room briefly for it. Grab a map of the city.
Okay.
Point where?
I actually have a map of that city. Hang on a second.
Where do you get your information from? Where do you get your instructions from? Please.
He'll say, I don't know. They just pass messages along, and I stay in a little hovel, not far from here.
See,
What's that?
it's bullshit. I want to see if he's telling the truth. Do I sense he's telling the truth?
Give me a wisdom check. Yeah, well, you can't tell one way or the other. It's up to you if you think.
So, do you like your fingers?
This turned bloody very quickly. I have to say, I wasn't expecting it.
I think this guy's had enough. If they're operating in cells, what information are you going to gain other than just the Brotherhood? You have the information you want.
I don't have any information.
I gotta say, you told me to stay away from diabolism and necromancy, and I'm starting to think that maybe not so much off the table.
Well,
Also, was feeling uncomfortable taking some of these spells because, manipulation, domination.
no. See, right now, those would be very helpful. It
Right?
looks like these might be useful spells for you in the future.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Let my
Either you take those spells and people lose ears, fingers, noses, toes, and maybe eyeballs. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what to do here. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I have to find out if there's anyone alive in my guild.
Right. It may simply be the case that you've gotten about as much useful information as you're going to get from him anyway. So.
I'm just gonna leave him there. Make sure he's tied up.
Yeah.
Lock in the room or cell, and I'm gonna put this.
Are you going to collect extra fingers, or are we just going to keep the ear? Is it going to be a trophy, or?
Nope, not a trophy at all.
I'm going to slip you the knife. Give him a chance.
So wait, you're going to slip your captor a knife?
Yeah, the cultist. I'm going to just slip him a knife. If this guy's going into a cell, at least he'll have a chance.
Oh, I see. You're going to have for him to take care of his own business.
Correct.
Okay.
He's just doing his job.
Yeah. All right. Well, you've shut him in a room, and
That?
No, I'm sneaky as shit.
well, then I think what we'll do is if you're trying to do it without Emerald's attention, I would say you need to give me a dex check, and Emerald, you need to give me a wisdom check. Yeah. Oof.
Yes.
Yeah, you were absolutely not. It was plain as day. You had almost made no attempt to try to disguise handing him a knife.
Yep. Hey, I'm giving him a chance. He
Yeah.
told you what he needed to know. That was the deal.
Gotcha. Are you going to try to prevent the knife get past? Okay. All right. Well, I would assume you would do it without actually having to shove him. Just
We'll have a fair trial.
Hmm.
Knives involved.
And the ear?
That is not
How are we going to
why
explain the ear at the trial?
There was a battle.
Gotcha. Okay. So your intent is to keep him in a room and then hand him over to authorities. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
As I should. Get some money.
Not necessarily. There's no paycheck writing on this one. This is not an
Well, then I'll just make sure it's the right thing to
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so is this dude locked up and waiting?
Yeah, so you've got him. He's in this room, locked.
I want to ask Edril about the brand of the Circle of Daggers. That's my brand. If he's seen anything like this or knows any information about it.
That's right. You were looking for that. Why don't Eldra? I assume you would want to know it if you could know it. Why don't you roll a intelligence check? And 2 for the ability. 15 is int. Oh, it's not prime, is it?
No, I don't have anything prime on mine.
Okay. I just realized we may have skipped that a little bit, so we should probably talk about it because that's definitely one of the unique features of Castles and Crusades. So I think, what, 2 of you probably don't know, maybe 3. Oh no, Chris left, so I think we talked about it with him too anyway. So for all races but, I'm sorry, for, let me back up. Of your 6 standard stats, you can pick 2 of them to be what's called prime. Unless you're human. Intelligence and strength, you said?
At least
Yeah.
one of them is dictated by your class.
Right.
You don't get to choose one. You get to choose anything that's not dictated by your class.
I guess fighter would be dictated by strength, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, if you hadn't chose strength, you couldn't be a fighter. So it was a good choice. All right. So, and you said
Chooses prime. What does that mean?
so you're designating 2 of your stats to be like your golden stats, sort of your gifted stats. And on many checks, not all, but many checks, you can. There's 2 ways to do it. The book way, which I think is Steve's way. I'm talking about Steve Chenault, the guy is essentially responsible for the whole product line. As a DM, if you're setting the target value that you have to beat, if it's a prime stat, by the book it would be 12. You'd have to beat a 12. And then for anything non-prime, it would have to be 18. I modified that a little bit, and to make it easier on the math, I just say, if you as a player, if you know it's prime, you would add 6 to the roll. And I also adjust the default target value down to 17, because I think statistically I've seen arguments that that's a more reasonable target. So in other words, what would happen is for this intelligence check, because it is prime, you would actually add an additional 6 to it, which means you would have made it to 17.
Does that hold true with attacks?
Not attacks. These are for like checks, so either saves or standard checks. I'm sorry, you're going to say something, Pete?
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't apply to attacks. But also be careful because Fancy Grounds will not add this 6 automatically.
Yep.
But it will indicate when you make the roll if it's prime or not. So we need to mentally add the 6 after you see the roll.
Yep.
But how do you indicate that it's prime?
Fantasy Grounds will do it for you.
So I see in my...
Fancy Grounds, you can click on the word strength or the word dexterity and you'll see it changes red. And that will mean it's prime. If it's black, that means it's non-prime. If it's blue, that means it's something called a secondary, but we don't use those, so just stick with prime and non-prime.
And Mark, I think that you were not quite done. You started to go into the whole human thing.
No, I think you're the only human, I think. So I see you do have 3 primes.
I do.
So that's one of the...
Aren't I special?
Yeah, well... The humans, because they don't get a lot of racial modifiers and such, in return they get to pick a 3rd prime. Which is why I personally tend to play humans. But, yep. So at any rate, and then actually I see in your output roll, it says the abilities intelligence check, and then underneath it says prime. Now it's interesting. The check you made right before it does not say prime, so I'm not sure why one said it and one did not.
Me? Because
Yeah.
I just changed it. I
Oh,
didn't know about it.
gotcha.
Before it changed without the prime, and then I changed the prime, the check just to make sure it's a prime.
Oh, okay. So if we use the 14, then if we add 6, that's 20. So you definitely would beat the target. Now I must confess, Joe, I know that was part of your character backstory. I have not had a chance to come up with much to tie that in. So you're welcome to, if you want to share some details.
Well, we can just refer. Hey, I saw the symbol because he came from the island, correct? Or he knows that it was because the whole goal is to go back to that island.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't come from when I was living here.
No, I think
Right?
for Theron, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, the goal of the party, the direction of the adventure is to go back to that island.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yes. So it's not an island. Yep. So just to clarify, it's not an island. It's actually a city on the side of a river, and has a volcano right beside it.
He could have knowledge that there's a building there with that symbol that would influence me to go there.
Sure. Okay. So he could have said, yeah, there was. He's heard or knows about. Yeah.
I've heard of them. What do you know?
There you go. To the north.
What did you want to know? What was your name, by the way?
Theron.
There. Nice to meet you. Thanks for the hand you lifted us. So I'll just give you one tip for free. I don't usually do this, but I like to repay. And I helped. So ask away.
I'm going to show him my brand and ask him if he's seen this symbol or knows what it means.
What is the name of the code sign? Or symbol? Do I know the name of that?
You don't necessarily need to know the name. Just know that you've heard rumors that there's in the town that just had the volcano erupt.
I rolled a 20. I'm sure I could know that name.
I don't know what the name is. I mean,
He's working it out.
back-
It's like you said it was a tattoo, right, Joe?
It's a brand. It's my brand.
Oh, brand. Right. Okay.
It's more like a slave thing than a empty out circle of daggers do.
Right.
Well, and brands are much more historically accurate since we're actually playing in a real world. But yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait. Are you saying that they would have been more accurate than, say, tattoos from
Yeah.
the medieval era?
Historically.
It would have been more accurate for the brand, not the tattoo for a slave.
Yeah,
Oh,
brands are bigger
yes.
than
Gotcha.
I would need more,
slave or not, brands are more historically.
I would need more information because my character's not the one who gives out information freely. The information is really worth something to you. So I would need a lot of information, or not a lot, but the basic information about what you're trying to get for my character to decide what to give you for free.
I have no knowledge for past 1 year ago. The only thing I'm trying to track down is anybody that knows.
I understand. I'm just talking about my perspective on what my character would do with the information that he has. I would need to know more than Circle of Daggers and that it's in the city.
Well, no, I'm sorry. So that's something you would know, and I presume that's something you would share if he's asking. I think what I'd like to do right now is we don't have to give any more details than that. I think what Joe is suggesting is that would be a good reason for him to want to go back up to the volcano city. What's that?
I know a guy that has that information, but you would have to go there. And right now, it's not the best thing to go outside.
Okay.
If you wait a couple hours, we could probably get you the information. And probably a little bit more. I know about them, but my mind right now it's kind of fuzzy because all the fighting. So I'm not able to recall exactly what you're trying to find out.
I'm going to have that a little confused. What the hell is he trying to pull? Look. in my eye, but I'm going to be agreeable. It's all right. I can hang.
I try to roleplay why I.
Yeah. Okay. So at some point, while you guys are still having this discussion, outside you can hear sort of a clamor, and you hear many voices in the street. A lot of shouting, and what sounds like a lot of people running.
What now? Let's go look.
I'm gonna look through the crack door.
Okay. So what you're going to see is mostly townsfolk who seem to be panic running, just all about, no single direction, and they just seem to be screaming that they're here. We have to find somewhere to hide. Where's the guard?
Okay, cultist. I'll go outside. Not outside. Sorry, not outside. I'll report back to them. So, the cult people are here. I don't think it's gonna be much time before they come and try to open this place up. There's a door in the back. We can just run.
Wait,
Hmm.
why would the townspeople be afraid of the cult? I thought the cult were just trying to wipe out the guild, no?
Maybe not.
Oh boy, you don't know what this cult is, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they are murderers, thieves, the worst of the worst. They don't care about anyone, and they will slay anything that comes to their path.
So why the hell haven't they been dealt with by the authorities? I thought this was a nice town.
We have been trying to deal with them, but like you heard, they are dealing with themselves, and it's very hard to get information.
Well,
Plus,
let me. Sorry. Let me clarify a few things. I'd say you're probably generally right in what you just said. They are very well known as generally a vicious, evil folk. They aren't known to do much out in the open. They are known to exist. There are always rumors that there are people, and occasionally someone gets taken by the guard because they're accused of being a member of this cult. They're blamed for a lot of murders and such in the city. For the most part, they have kept a very low profile.
So being so out in the open is really not the modus operandi.
Right.
Do we have visual confirmation that these are cultists?
Yes.
Well, you've got the tattoos. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe it'd be better off if it were a brand. You have the brand of the fist.
On the people that are running around outside.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Outside, no, they look like commoners. They look like.
So when we don't have visual confirmation of what they're running from.
No, you didn't see any cultists at that time. You just see people running sort of back and forth, sort of screaming.
So
I
if
will-
we're
And there's-
anywhere, we should get the guard.
I'm smart enough to know that those are cultists doing what they were doing 5-10 minutes ago, which is attack.
Well, they weren't attacking people, they were attacking your members.
Well, I wasn't. They didn't know I was a member when they attacked me. I
They weren't attacking you, they were attacking the other guy that ran up to you, so they assumed that you two
Yeah.
were together.
That was. He also didn't have men. So
Right. Yeah, you and he did not have anything officially designating you, but they definitely.
But hey, man, the door is open. If you want to go outside and go look for yourself, you can do that. Meanwhile,
Yep.
to the door outside, and I'm looking at outside. Thrak, if you want to live, I know a place where we can hide. Come on, let's go.
Shouldn't we get the guards?
Nope. The guards know about this, like, don't you? There's a big commotion out there. The guards.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's go.
That
I wanna
seems
go
to
out
be.
front and look.
That's part of the hue and cry too. Is villagers want to know where is the guard. So I'm sorry. Where did you decide you were going to do? Are you guys sticking together at this point, or
So he said he was going in front, and we're booking it
to the
as fast
back?
as we can.
Okay. Where are you headed? Generally, you said you know of another safe place.
I was thinking to use the sewers to get to the docks, and then depart from there using the ship that was leaving.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
First, I'm getting. First of all, my character's thought is his guild is getting fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Just saw his guild member die in front of him. This is no longer a safe place, so I'm going to retreat and then come back to see what I can find. But right now, it's not the best place. All the captains were killed. I have no direction, so I'm lost. So I'm leaving.
Okay. And you're heading towards the sewers.
Sewers, so I can go to the docks and catch that ship.
Okay. I think that's probably a good place to pause. I see we're at 4 o'clock now, so I guess when we return, we will pick it up with you entering the sewers. Now, I will be fair; you don't necessarily know your way around there. And actually, let's back this up. Let's back this up because the problem is we have a city on the river. And so the sewers, I think it's reasonable to assume the sewers would lead to water, to the river. But you're trying specifically to go to the docks, which is in a specific part of town.
Well, yes, but
So-
if I get lost and end up in the water, I'm gonna be like, oh, look, the docks are this way.
Okay. Let's, why don't you do this? Give me an intelligence check. Okay, so it'll be 12 plus this prime, so that's 18. Okay, I think what we'll leave it at is, yeah, you're heading towards the sewer. You do know that there's a very good chance they would lead out somewhere near the docks.
Maybe we'll check later in the conversation.
Yeah. Okay. So let's leave it there. You're leaving the fellow penned up in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has seen our faces.
True that.
Thor, you shouldn't have said that. I'm going back and killing him.
Why don't you just hand him the knife and let him take care of it himself? I'm sorry, that's your call.
After
Okay.
running through, I'll say,
Yep. Okay. Well, let's leave it there and pick it up in a week from now. I think we should be good to go. I've got all our characters. They're all created. I know I owe Jen some time to help her get through these spell lists. And that's about it. So,
And as it turns out, I didn't have to get through the spell list today. I didn't use anything, so woohoo!
you will definitely need it next weekend.
Yeah, I expect to have it done by then.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much.
Yep.
Good session. Look forward to next week.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Yep. See yas.